Welcome back to another episode of Saving Grace. Today, we've got the woman, the myth, the legend, is Scheana Shay.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you on.
Thank you.
How are you finding London?
I love it. This weather is incredible. Like, I can't stop talking about the weather.
No, you've come on the only 2 days we've had sun all year.
I brought the sunshine with me.
You brought the sunshine. And do you know what I love that you're about to go do that the viewers might not know?
Yeah.
Uber boat.
Uber boat. Yes.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day. We were getting a drink right there and I'm like, what is this Uber boat? I go on my app and I'm like, I can take an Uber boat. What?
Do they not have them in America?
No.
What's something else in the UK that we have that you've probably been like, what?
I mean, just the architecture and the history, you know, it's like, I mean, you get maybe a little bit of that in like New York.
Right.
But just walking around, all of the buildings and everything, the monuments, and it's beautiful.
You appreciate England more than I do, and I love that. I love that. How have you found English people? Because when I had Tana Mojo on here, she was like, English people hate me.
No, I feel like everyone has been so nice. So my friend Jenny, who I'm here with, she loves talking to people. Yep. I'm just like, I have my maps. I know where I'm going and I don't need to ask. Yesterday, we knew exactly where we were going, but she just kept wanting to stop and talk to people. And she was like, excuse me, do you know where the Stafford Hotel is? And then everyone was so nice. But I'm like, oh my God, you were like, hi, I'm a tourist. I'm like, it's right here on the maps. We go left.
I'm terrified to talk to people, especially in other countries. Like when I went to LA, I was like, I just feel like such a, I don't know what, you know, when you're British in another country, I just feel like a sore thumb. That's how I feel. I stand up like a sore thumb. Do you like the British accent?
I love the accent.
Wow.
I feel like I've been doing a Lisa Vanderpump accent as long as I've known her. But the problem with me is I pick up accents very easily.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not like making fun. It's not to be offensive by any means, but it's just like it comes very naturally to me. It's the only accent I feel
Lisa's accent is so posh though. I feel like no one in the UK actually sounds like that. No.
Yeah.
She
so I'm like if I talk like Lisa Vanderpump, they're like, you're not from here.
Yeah, you don't know.
But when we were stopping to talk to everyone yesterday, asking for directions, there were these 3 guys right outside of the pub and this girl, her name was Lily, and she was so sweet. And then like right at the end, she's like, oh my God, I love you on Vanderpump. And they're like, wait, what? And so I'm like, Jenny, now the conversation has extended. Now I have to explain to her friends. I was like, she'll fill you in. But she's like, I listened to the podcast, so I said I'd give her a shout out.
Vanderpump Rules is so big over here.
Yeah.
It's like, genuinely, when it's on, it's like, I won't speak to anyone. I won't leave the house. I will wait every week for a new episode. It actually takes over my life. Do you rewatch it back?
In the current season, yes, because
you had to.
For the reunion, you know, I mean, it makes it more difficult when you're on Watch What Happens Live or you're at the reunion and you haven't actually watched the show because although you've lived it, you haven't seen everyone else's perspective. And that's one of the coolest and craziest parts about it is you're seeing what everyone says behind your back. But also the craziest thing is you're seeing reactions to your face that you didn't see in the moment always. Like I'm having a conversation and then I go like this for a second. And when I watch the show back, I'm like, oh, you just gave me a dirty look while I looked away really quick. I did not see that in the moment.
I feel like the worst part is when, even though it was filmed months ago, when you're in that, like, what would you call it? When you're having your like solo interviews and they slot it in.
Like your confessionals or your interviews,
I'd be so pissed off. I don't care if it was 3 months ago. If you just called me a bitch, I'd be fuming. Watching it back.
And then based on the look, you're like, we just filmed those ones a couple weeks ago. So that shit was current.
So you hate me. How do you feel about the reunions? Because to me, that's my worst nightmare.
I used to love them. Honestly, like it was just like a day. It's kind of cathartic. And you just get it all out. And then we always used to come together after, go get dinner. The last couple of years, it's not a let's all go to dinner after time anymore.
Absolutely not. Especially with James. Every reunion, James
he's the
cracks me up. He doesn't give a fuck.
You remember when he was crawling that one year? Came crawling back. I'm like, oh my God.
He has been through it with the reunions, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I want to go back to when you first joined Vanderpump Rules. You are a warrior, because if that was me,
I fought for my life to stay
for
on this
about
show.
like 4 seasons, you were fighting for your life.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did. Were you scared to come on the show? Because obviously you had this whole thing with Brandy beforehand. Were you then scared to come into that situation?
Of
on
course.
TV? Yeah.
I mean, it was so intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm automatically branded as a home wrecking whore. Really? And I'm like, I didn't cheat on anyone. I wasn't married, but it was a situation I was put in. There was like no blame put on the man who was married.
Yeah, cool.
It was all on 22-year-old me.
Yeah.
And then I come onto this show a few years later, and it was scary.
Yeah.
Brandy was scary.
Brandy is scary.
Yeah.
I love her, but she's scary.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
like whenever I see her, I'm like, is this going to be a good day, bad day? Do we hug? Do you give me a dirty look? You never know what you're going to get with her.
Yeah, of course. Of course. So you went in like that, and also you didn't form too many friendships on there to start with.
Not with the women now.
The women? Who was the blonde girl who's not on the show anymore? What is her name? Stacy. Yeah. You and her, I thought you were going to physically fight every day. What is it like working with someone that you both hate each other that much?
It's a lot of like heart racing, tightness in your chest feeling when you're just like, oh my God. So yeah, it was very difficult in the beginning because, you know, I wanted to form female friendships with these girls, and it was like real life Mean Girls on reality TV. I felt like I was Katie, like from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And then there was the Katie, the Gretchen Wieners, and, you know, but yeah, it was very intimidating all around.
Yeah, and I feel like, because I had to watch all the seasons really quickly to catch up, right? The stuff that was said and done in the early seasons, you could never get away with now. I feel like it was so crazy.
Yeah.
Even when Stacy went to hit Kristen.
Yep.
That was insane.
You get a restraining order now for something like that.
You get sued. Yeah. Or like even Jax, some of the stuff Jax did in all of those seasons.
Some of the stuff he's still doing.
Yeah. Watch the ballet.
Tune in next season.
Never change. But no, I just think it must be so... And how was it filmed? So is it filmed over the space of like months? Or?
So it's always in the summer. This is the first summer I've had off in 12 years that I've been able to travel in sunshine. My trips are always in the winter. So when I heard a couple of my girlfriends were coming out here, I was like, mid-July, if I heard, July 18th, around then we're going to London, automatically, nope, it's July, we're filming, I can't. But I'm like, I have this summer off. What?
Oh my, does it feel weird?
It does, especially because like the Valley just picked up this week.
Yeah.
Summer House is back filming, and we're always filming the same time. And now I'm like, I have to vicariously live through you. What's the tea?
What's happened?
Yeah.
So you film for like sporadically over the whole summer?
It's like 10 to 12 weeks. I think at the most maybe has been 12 weeks, but it's usually around 10 over the summer.
And do you have like a camera crew with you all the time, or is it only... No, you
it's
don't.
different every day. You know, you find out the night before what you're going to be filming, and sometimes
the night before?
Yeah, like 9 p.m. the night before your schedule is confirmed.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no way.
Yeah. I just got so used to it. I didn't know anything else. I'm like, no, you can't plan ahead because you're always on call. And some days they're like, actually, you're off tomorrow. Or some days you have 3 scenes. Some days it's 1.
Oh my God, it's all a bit much.
Yeah.
Were you nervous to introduce Brock into
No,
show?
Actually, because I knew that he could hold his own.
Yeah.
I knew that. Yeah. Absolutely. He was the type of person who was going to protect me and have my back. And that didn't make me nervous bringing him on. It was also coming out of a pandemic. We just had a baby. But I don't think we really knew what we were doing season 9. It was kind of all over the place. And then it wasn't a great first season for him, but I think he's really proven himself over the last couple of years. And
absolutely. Yeah. Everyone loves him now. But I think it's hard, especially when you come into that group. I feel like because it's so tight-knit and everyone knows everything about each other, it must be it's so intimidating.
Yeah.
I don't know how we did that.
I know.
Shaking.
No, it was a lot.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes do you ever watch old seasons back? Because you've had a lot of your life on that show.
so much.
You had it all.
So much that I've forgotten about. I'll see something on like my For You page or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. So no, now I do not watch back any old seasons. No.
That's fair enough.
Unless there's an old episode airing before the new episode live on Bravo.
Yeah.
I don't go back. I lived it. I already watched it once, maybe twice. I don't need to go back and watch it again.
Who would your closest friends, would you say, on the show be right now?
Lala, James, and Ali. For sure.
My favorites. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Lala, I feel like Lala gets so much stick, but she's someone I wish I could be like her, because when she's in an argument, she really goes for it. Like, and she's sober.
Oh yeah, she gets
but she's like sober. I could do that after 2 bottles of wine, maybe. I wouldn't be speaking English, but I could fucking give it a go. She just says it. And I'm like, imagine doing that without stuttering.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh no. Never. She hits her points every time. And I'm like,
wait, really intimidating. Like, her and Katie are arguing and I'd be sat there like,
it's scary.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not chiming in. Like, I want to jump in to have your back because you would do that for me, but like, you're holding your own pretty well.
No, I'm sorry. People kept coming at you being like, oh, like, why isn't she defended? But I thought if I was in that situation, I would be a fucking mute. You would not get anything out of me.
That's what we have our confessionals for. Exactly. Then you get the inner monologue when I'm sitting there and it's like...
Do you secretly enjoy the arguments on the show, though, when you're not involved in them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're not involved, it's great to watch because, I mean, they have such sharp tongues and they're so vicious with their words sometimes. Yeah. And I'm like, we're going to make up tomorrow. But for right now, it's entertaining.
Do you think do like producers, when you have a big argument, do they sometimes try and get you to like make up? Or is it all down to you?
Not to make up. It's just sometimes we maybe need to bring it back to what we were talking about. It's like, okay, we're getting off track here. So let's go back to the point we were trying to make. And then usually after an argument, there's going to be a follow-up scene or something where you're going to have to discuss what happened last night.
That's the only thing about reality TV, when you have to then go for lunch with them.
Oh, yeah.
In a restaurant?
Yeah. You can't escape them.
That's so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable. And especially now where everyone has cameras out, you know, when we're filming in public.
Oh, and they know it's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's so different doing the show post Scandival and before.
Yeah. Because it's blown up. Everyone knows about it. Oh, yeah. Everyone knows about it.
Yeah. This past season was wild. We would walk into SUR and everyone is like this, just like filming us and screaming. And I'm like, how are we going to shoot around this?
Yeah, how do you shoot around that?
They kind of just have to leave some of it in now because it's impossible. If we're filming, especially at like SUR or Tom Tom, those places, I mean, fans are there to see us.
Do you know what's funny? You know when you have like, you're somewhere and you're like, oh, I feel like everyone's staring at me, but it's just you being like paranoid. But when you're on a show like that, people probably are staring
at you. Everyone actually is.
And they actually are. I don't know how you deal with that.
I don't either.
Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by Anna. I know you girls are all out there grafting away just like our girl Scheana. Now, you know me, I'll be the first person to go and say, go out and get that money. But it isn't that easy. And as much as I love money, as much as the next person, it can also be very stressful. So I'm calling out all of my self-employed guys and girls. You need to check out Anna. Anna is an amazing business account that is a dream. Seriously, if I could give you guys any advice on how to level up your business, this is it. Anna isn't like any regular business account. It handles all of your accounting, taxes, and more. So imagine a banking app that not only sorts out all of your expenses and invoices, but also calculates and files your taxes. And did I mention that Anna business accounts are free to open? Look, we all know that admin is the worst part of running your own business, but I'm a numbers girl when it matters. But I really don't enjoy handling the finance side of things, and don't get me started on taxes. Wouldn't even know where to begin. But there will be no more sleepless nights worrying about your taxes and chasing clients for invoices. But you can do it all with ease from the Anna app. Finally, I don't have to worry about making endless notes on my phone of my expenses or setting reminders to submit my expenses. And when you spend money using your Anna business account, you can get up to 1% cash back. You know what they say, girls? You have to spend money to make money. Speaking of spending, Anna allows you to spend more time doing things that help your business grow and less time on admin with their powerful automation features. It takes less than 5 minutes to sign up, and if you use code SAVE333, you get 3 months of Anna Business free. Don't say I don't help you out, girls. Go and get that money. What's your best moment been on the show so far?
Oh, wow. I could probably think of more bad moments than best.
I'm getting to that. Yeah, I'll get to that.
I mean, my second wedding, that was such a beautiful moment. Like everything went as close to perfect as possible. And that was really nice.
And you looked so good.
Thank you.
So good. I love that you've had 2 as well. My mum's had 3. She's always like, you got to try it out.
Yeah.
First wedding, banged. Second wedding, you really went out.
You figure it out. Exactly. And I got a wedding planner the second time around. I was like, Shelby, you're taking this over. You're going to do it all for me. She's like, what kind of flowers? I'm like, I don't know. Pretty ones.
Whatever looks
Don't
nice.
care. Like,
I don't know how people plan weddings without wedding planners.
Yeah, the first one, it was just my mom and I. We hired this woman to be like a day of coordinator. I thought she would work with production and work with me and make things more easy.
She didn't.
No, it made everything worse.
The added stress on the wedding day as well.
So much.
Would be hell.
Yeah.
It's been your worst moment on the show.
Oh gosh, all of season 6?
Yep. But completely fair.
All of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a season when people are like, oh, where should I start? I'm like, you can just skip 6.
Yeah.
Don't need to watch that at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That time I felt like post-divorce and then in a new relationship, like this has happened so much on the show. You know, you had James and Raquel next season, James and Ali. You had Tom and Ariana next season, Ariana and Dan.
Yeah.
So it's happened a lot in this group. And I felt like, I guess I kind of started that, you know, it was Jay and Scheana and then it was Scheana and Rob. And I was just so obsessed with the idea of him and just finding love after divorce. And I was like, this is the one that got away.
Yeah.
And I just tried to oversell that and no one was picking up what I was putting down. And it was very cringe.
It just must be, I don't know, like having a relationship on the screen, it must be so difficult, especially when the relationship's breaking down because you have to film with them and you can't hide it. Like when Kristen and Tom were going through all that shit, that was absolutely mental to watch. It was so mental.
Yeah.
I loved it. Don't get me wrong. But it was, a lot.
Yeah.
I want to know, first of all, what Lisa Vanderpump is like in person.
Exactly what you would picture.
I'm picturing dog in hand.
Yes.
In some sort.
Usually Ken has the dog.
Oh, bless. That's really sweet. Okay, Ken's got the dog.
Rosé in hand. I feel like she always has her other hand like this. Really posh. I picture her being nice. Yes.
Okay. That's it. That's all I picture. And a swan behind her somewhere.
Yep. 2 or 3 swans.
That's mental.
And they're scary. That. Every time I go to Villa Rosa, the swan, I'm like, this one's going to bite me.
Swans are vicious.
Yeah.
They're vicious. I don't know how she's got them at her house, by the way.
I think she has a black swan too.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, this woman's so rich. I love that for her.
Yeah.
Imagine being that rich. You've got swans at your front door.
I know. And ponies.
Of course. Silly me. Yeah, of course. That's insane.
Like 8 dogs, a couple ponies, swans.
Really big house, really nice house. Whenever I see that house, I always think of Goodbye, Kyle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Do you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Oh yeah. Never missed an episode.
But I love it. How often do you go around her house?
Not that often.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends. If there's an event maybe for her daughter, like her son's birthday, Lisa's grandson, I've been there a couple times for his birthday parties, but not as much. I felt like I used to be there more.
I feel like she was more involved in the earlier seasons.
Yeah, and when she was still on Housewives, we filmed there so much.
Oh yeah, definitely. And what is Andy like?
I'm obsessed with him.
I love him.
He is one of my favorite people I've ever met.
Really?
I've done Watch What Happens Live 30-something times. And he is, I only know that because we just had the 15-year anniversary party. And they said, I think out of all the people there, I was the 3rd most had been on the show. It was like Teresa, Melissa, and then me.
What is it like doing Watch What Happens Live? Because I feel like everyone always says stuff on there and then it comes back to bite them on the ass in the show.
Yeah, and you don't know what they're going to ask you when
you don't know at all.
When they're calling in, you get a little brief of the game you're going to play. Right. But then sometimes they throw another game in. And you don't know until you're on the spot and it's live television. So
that is terrifying.
The amount of times that politics has been thrown at me on this show, I'm like, I don't know. Ask me to name the Kardashians' children from oldest to youngest. You know,
could do that.
Let's do some pop culture. Ask me who, like, the Secretary of State is. I don't know
politics on Watch What Happens Live.
Well, I've done it twice with politicians as the other guest.
What?
Yeah, Wolf Blitzer and Essie Cupp.
Okay.
And they're massive. So that was a couple times. And then one of the more recent times, I'm told that the game I'm going to play, I'm going to put on these like Ramona goggles.
Right.
And the guest was going to describe Bravo celebrities to me and I had to guess them.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, they're popping up pictures on the screen. And I'm like, wait, where are the goggles? I'm like, again, live television. So I'm like, oh, I guess they're just being easy on me. And this woman pops up and I'm like, is this a mom on like Southern Charm? I don't know. I don't watch that show. And I'm like thinking just like Bravo people, because that's the game I was briefed on. Oh no, it was our first lady, Jill Biden. And I was like,
no.
And he was like, that's the first. I'm like, okay, is this a different game we're playing?
I would be having a panic attack.
All I was thinking is it's got to be someone on like Southern Charm. It's
Real
someone's
Housewives
mom, like
or someone. Yeah.
So yeah, again, I'm like, why do you always throw politics at me?
That is horrific. Even I would be like, no, I don't have a fucking clue. Have you ever been on there and you've said something and you thought, fuck?
I don't know, actually. I'm usually pretty good on the live television. I've never cussed.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, and they get you a little lit before.
Oh, you can drink?
You can drink. Yeah, you're actually drinking like on the show.
That's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Because then I would be saying shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever got like blackout before one of those?
Once.
Did you?
You would have no idea watching it.
Really?
Yeah.
There's only one episode that I think it was this recent season where you were at a party and you were drunk.
The Hotel Ziggy one.
That one. You were pissed as a fart. And I was like, I've never seen you.
No, I usually give one drunk night a season.
Of course.
Because I'm such a type A control freak and I don't like to let loose like that on camera because I start slurring my words. Yeah. I might trip or fall. Like I want to remember everything. Mm-hmm. I want to say things to the best of my knowledge and remembering abilities. And on those nights. And then that one, I had no idea any of the Schwartz stuff was talked about prior. So I get caught off guard while drunk. And I'm like, wait, what happened? Hold on. What? Yeah. So then watching that back, I'm like, oh my God, that episode's next week.
You know, you get anxiety anyway when you wake up from drinking. If I woke up not remembering what I'd said and it was filmed, I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd go and lock myself in a dark room.
There was a whole other part that night that I don't think was ever shown with Joe and Billy. Like I got in a fight with Billy that night.
Did you?
And she's screaming at me. And then Joe is like having a panic attack. I have like my hands on her legs. I'm like trying to like calm her down. It was so chaotic. But then the next day I was like, what was Billy yelling at me for?
Did that happen?
And then I don't think that part ever aired, so I don't really remember. I just remember getting yelled at.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
How is everyone with Joe now?
And no one talks to her.
Oh, really?
Ew. Even Schwartz.
No.
Yeah.
The girl came on for a season and left.
I mean, yeah, she never should have come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Only way I do sometimes think poor her is I think Tom really kind of made it out as if
he led her on.
They were,
sure.
We're going to have something. And then she was like, oh, you. Also, can I just say, Katie and Tom getting with the same girl?
My nanny. My friend.
Your friend. I couldn't believe that.
I know. I couldn't believe it either. When I saw Katie swoop in, I mean, I low-key, high-key was cheering for her. So I'm like, this is great. So when you sit back and you're like,
I didn't even know she was into women.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, until...
That was news to me. I had no idea. But I'm like, I get it. You were in a relationship for like 11 years.
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
Relationship too.
But then it's like, is this going to turn in... Like, what if it was just like a throuple?
Ooh.
Threesome?
Well, we are in modern day.
Yeah.
So why aren't you filming this summer?
I think we just needed a little time to live our lives, have a break, and come back together.
Is this for everyone?
Yeah, for everyone. So we normally film in the summer.
Yeah.
But right after Scandal, I mean, we started filming so shortly after everything happened, just a few months. And it felt like it was just way too soon. There was still so much hurt. And it was like, well, now cameras are up and we're going to Tahoe. And it just happened too quickly. And so I think after seeing how that went and the reunion and just knowing how the season ended, it was like, how about we just give you guys a beat? Go live your life and come back with some more story.
Yeah, because I feel like you'll have more to talk about anyway, because at the moment, I guess it's all focused on that. And also another thing is, it's like, I don't think I would ever want to be in the same room, let alone on a holiday with my ex. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's hell.
Totally.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
Could you do that?
I would not want to. It's the thing with me is everyone who I've dated, when we break up, they're not on the show anymore.
They're off the show.
You know, I've never dated someone in the group on the show.
Smart girl.
Yeah. I always keep it out, you know? Don't shit where you work. So
yeah, that's my worst nightmare. I couldn't do that. If you had to go on another reality TV show or just another show in general, what would you want to go on?
Ooh, as like a cameo or like a full-time?
Full-time.
Ooh. Full-time. I mean, the housewives are vicious, so that's scary.
But iconic.
But totally iconic.
Yeah.
The Valley is actually my friends, you know, so that would just be an easy answer and that would make sense. Summer House would be fun, but when I was single, I wouldn't want to do Summer House as a mom.
Yeah.
So it would have to be like a Valley or Housewives type of show. I think today that would make sense.
I feel like as well, I only clocked what it was because when I went on your podcast, Janet was there and she was like, filming this. I just filmed this show and I was like, cool, I'm going to watch it. It is like the most chaotic, because I was like, oh, it's going to be like wholesome. Families, you know, they've all grown up, they've had kids. That show is a batshit crazy.
Oh, yeah.
The way they're arguing is insane.
I know.
I love it. I couldn't recommend it more. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
And then watch Vanderpump Rules after. But I could see you on that.
Yeah, that one. But it's like I would never leave Vanderpump to go on
no, you're not
the
allowed
Valley.
To. There's no way.
Yeah.
You could not leave that show.
No.
If you left, I'd be fuming.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed. Would you ever do like, I'm trying to think what ones they have in America, like the shows. Like over here we do like I'm a Celeb. Do they have like an I'm a Celeb version out?
Yeah.
Do they? Would you do something like that?
Not something that requires me to go in like a jungle and not have a phone. No. But something maybe like Traders, where there's like a little bit of physical challenges, but then also like you're in a castle.
That's true. You've got a nice room. I could see you on the Traitors.
Yeah, but I feel like that's maybe the most.
Would you want to be a traitor or a...
No, I would want to be a faithful.
Yeah, like
I don't think I would be a good traitor.
I can't lie for shit.
No, me either. You can see right through me. It's like I'm just too honest. It would eat me alive. There was a guy last season who ended up leaving because it was too much for him. It was like he kept voting out people who were faithfuls, and then it was so hard for him. And I'm like, that would be me. And then it's like you become friends with these people, but it's also you're playing a game.
Do you know what? Fuck them. That's what you've got to think about. Fuck them. I know. Get the money. What is your favourite... would it be on Hey You? Because I was on Hey You. Hey You. What is your favourite Hey You series? And if it's a Housewives, which one?
Between Beverly Hills and Jersey.
Oh, I've just started New Jersey.
Yeah.
I've just seen the fight where they flip the table.
Oh my gosh.
First season.
Oh,
early days, yeah. Beverly Hills, however, name me your favourite housewife.
Oh.
And this can be from the beginning.
There's so many good ones.
So many good ones.
It's like, I mean, obviously, you know, I've known Lisa the longest, but I love Kyle.
Yeah.
I've always loved Kyle.
Have you seen that she might not be coming back?
I don't believe that.
Really?
No.
I fucking love this shit.
Yeah.
I love it. I want her and her new girlfriend on my screens immediately.
Yeah.
Was this a known thing in the industry or we were all just idiots?
I still don't know the deal exactly.
Well, that's the best kept, like, they really haven't said shit.
No. I'm like, did I miss something? Or is it official?
We all missed something. I love that she went from being married to a man for like
27 years or something.
27 years and then has just gone straight into being a lesbian. I love that for her. That is what men do to you. No offense. That is absolutely what men do to you. That would terrify me.
Yeah, you're like, I'm done with men.
I want you to go on that show. I'm going to start a petition.
Okay.
I want you to be a real housewife. I'm going to need you to get some Dutch courage in you and really fight the women. Do like a Lisa Rinna. And just go for it.
She's iconic.
Lisa Rinna is iconic.
I know. I want her to come back to the show.
Same. I feel like a lot of the icon. I want Lisa Vanderpump to come back, but she'll never come back.
She'll never come back.
Why?
I think because of the way it ended and everyone was kind of coming for her. She was like, this is my cue to leave. You know, she didn't want to deal with it.
That is so sad. I want her back. Petition, please. What do you think she would think of me?
Oh, she would love you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Right. When she next comes to the UK, I'm going to stand outside Gatwick and say, please come on the pod. Do you think she'd come on the pod?
I think so. She's done a couple recently. I know she just did Not Skinny But Not Fat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, great name for a pod. Love that.
Yeah.
I can imagine her on that chaise longue with a dog.
Oh, totally. She would have the dog right here next to her.
I think I'd pass out. I think I'd actually physically pass out. I love that. For people, so you're from LA, right? People that have never been to LA, tell me something that others might not know that you find interesting.
Hollywood is trash. It's not like this glamorous place you want to go to and see celebrities. It's like, yes, there's the Walk of Fame and the stars.
Which, by the way, is very overcrowded. I was in hell.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I feel like it's overrated. I think people from all around the world are like, we're going to go to Hollywood. And I'm like, you're probably going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
There's so much more to LA that's not Hollywood.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about being from there, I've always said you could snowboard and surf in the same day.
What?
You could literally go to the mountains in the morning, snowboard, and then drive to the beach and go surf.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I went on a hike. I did the Hollywood sign hike.
Oh, I did that once. Once, never again.
Do you know what? And I did it hungover as well. Let me just tell you this. No one tells you how hot it is in LA, number one. Number two, the terrain. It was like SAS, like celebrity SAS. I was like rock climbing at one point. And then you get up to the top. The Hollywood sign is about 8 miles away. So
you're not even close to it.
No, I didn't have my glasses on. I could barely see it. I thought I've just trekked. And people love it. It's insane.
Yeah.
Never will I hike. Are you a hiker?
I'm not, but recently I went on one. And it was Fryman, and which is in the valley. It's much easier. It's nothing like the Hollywood one or Runyon Canyon. And I enjoyed that, but I would not consider myself a hiker. Like an occasional brisk walk uphill I can do, but yeah.
No, it's not for me. And everyone wears gym gear in LA. And I think it's because like Pilates is a really big thing out there.
Yeah.
I've never done it in my life. I tried yoga last night.
How was that?
Horrific. It was.
Was it the hot yoga or just
hot yoga?
They have that where they put you in like a fucking sauna.
Oh no, God! I was in my living room on all fours. I did a beginner's one, but it was it was just stretching. So I did the hard one. There's this fucking woman on the beach lifting herself up with legs in the air. I thought this is all a bit much for me.
Yeah.
I don't have the core for it.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
No, it takes a lot of practice.
Do you do Pilates?
No, I haven't done Pilates in a long time.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
No way. It just looks insane.
They have like the reformer machine and stuff.
I've heard that looks dangerous to me.
It's a little scary. Yeah.
I'm not made for it. I'd just rather not do anything and die at 30. My last bit that I like to do on the pod is if you had any bit of life advice to save Grace, aka me, what would it be?
Ooh, to take chances and just to believe in yourself and have that confidence. You know, I feel like in reality TV, it's easy to lose that.
Yep.
And in today's world, everything offends everyone.
Of course.
So it's a little scary, but you know, if you take a chance, you might not regret it.
I love that. I'm going to get that tattooed. You've been amazing. Thank you so much. If you've been watching, give it a like and subscribe. And if you've been listening, give it a follow and a 5-star review. Bye.